to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Oh, welcome in.
It's football time.
Yeah.
But no certain. More points.
Yeah, that's great news.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Denver.
I've ever been upset about a star defensive player being inactive for a game.
Sorry, Denver, but
If it sounds a little cold when you put it like that.
I'm not saying I'm happy
we
for
want
their
him
injury.
to. We want him to be healthy. Rest up.
He's still getting paid.
Hit the spa.
Would you be content if they moved it to 11 on 10, like 10 defensive players?
Oh, yeah. Honestly,
Oh, power play?
7 on 7. Let's get rid of these lines, okay? 7 on 7
I
sounds
think they tried
awesome.
that in an arena before. It was a little much.
Yeah. I
It's a
get
little.
They
It's a
still
little
have to
Look,
line.
I love 11 on 11. I'm happy with just overall good football. But when there's overall good football where the offense wins, it's better.
a power play would be funny. If you have
It would.
if you have a
A
pass
person, like
interference and that defender has to come off for one play.
That's amazing.
You get one play where you got to make up for it.
You don't get any of the yards. You get to redo the down.
But
You
with
redo the
one
down
less
and distance, but he's on the side rest of the drive.
We say really stupid stuff on the show sometimes.
Or brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, you got to throw everything at the wall. When you're recording every day,
Yeah.
you got to say stuff out loud. Welcome into the Fantasy Footballers. We've got a great show for you today. Starts of the week, fantasy forecast. A lot's going on. Deucer's Alley. Papa Josh has it on lock. We think we're recording right now. Can I get a thumbs up if we're – yeah. Oh, we're not
there
sure.
it is.
Okay.
We got there.
And we don't you don't have Al in the bathroom, so he doesn't get a special trophy. He's out this week.
He might be on a bathroom on a boat.
Yeah, he's a cruise man.
Oh, man. That guy goes on a lot of cruises.
He goes on more cruises than you do.
He doesn't do
and you like cruises.
Oh, very much. Very much. They're like gold,
And
double
he's-
diamond star, whatever. Like whatever the – I mean, this is
He's
long
got
before they
He's
worked
got
here.
cruise points, you're saying?
Oh, he's got that like they say, welcome, Mr. Grantham.
Did you ever see the Netflix special, The Poop Cruise?
I didn't and I won't because
Yeah, you don't
I
wanna
really
see
enjoy
that.
cruises.
You don't want to see that. No.
Still trying to talk you guys into having like a
I mean,
I know.
footballer's cruise.
But then I'm going to show you the poop cruise.
nah.
the irony is Al is just horribly like gets sick on boats and gets sick when he leaves the boats. And he
Motion
still
sick. Yeah.
loves
You
cruises.
put the little patch on. You're fine.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's talk here at the top. We mentioned it. We teased it. We said it was coming. It is here. The Trade Analyzer tool, the much requested first version of the Trade Analyzer tool, is available. It is live.
For who, Andy?
It will be one of the additional new tools for the Foot Clan at jointhefoot.com. What we've decided this morning to do is we're going to make it entirely free for the next handful of days through the weekend at least, so that everybody out there can go and try it, give us feedback. This is very much the first version. There's a lot of hard work and effort and math that has gone into it, but it's also it needs to be refined and tested, and people have been in there playing with it already. If you go to the website, thefantasyfootballers.com, there's a Foot Clan button at the top of the screen. If you mouse over that, there will be a Trade Analyzer button there, and we will make that free for a limited time so that people can just go play with it.
Play around. There are people that are already using it to find trades. We know that we know people around here who have used it to develop a trade, offer the trade, and get the trade accepted. That's great. But on the flip side, if someone offers you a trade and you're like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I don't want to get got. Just go plug it in. See what our analysis says. And like Andy said, since we're making it free for everyone, I know trade deadlines are coming up. So play around with it. Take a look and give us feedback. It is a beta version right now. We build tools for ourselves primarily because we are selfish and we love fantasy football and we want to make it great. So give us your ideas if there's something else you want to see, or if you find a bug in the process, please let us know.
Yeah, and to be clear, like if you are a Foot Clan member, you'll be able to import all of your teams and use all of that functionality. All the rosters will come in. If you're using the free version, I think you're just plugging players' names in there. But go check that out, and we're really excited about it. Huge shout-out to our team, Schneider, Kevin, Rob, everybody that's been working on it. To Mike.
Oh, thank
He
you.
tested it yesterday.
I did. I was like, oh,
so
that's good.
Yeah. He was all over it.
It's my notes.
Where's I tested it too.
Jason. Thanks to Jason.
Yeah, thank you.
Why do you even need credit? It's weird.
Still not got the mustache back, huh?
No, I'm trying to grow it as quick as I can.
What kind of effort do you put in? Does it help if you hang upside down? Does that make the hair grow?
I haven't tried that yet,
Okay.
obviously.
Yeah.
It must help because I haven't tried it.
Okay. All right.
And then, don't forget these two patches. I got the soul patch.
I mean, one of the options you could have gone with is to even up the.
I thought
you could have
about
gone
it.
even low beard.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go full scat.
I don't got the jawline for that, brother.
You know?
No, you
got
can't.
the-
I can't go.
The jowl line?
Yes, I got the jowl line.
All right, we will jump into the news.
News and notes from around the league, presented by Progressive Insurance.
We have a lot of funny words in the English language.
Yeah.
Jowl is
Jowl's up there.
That's fun to say.
yeah.
that
That's
word.
up there with gizzard.
Oh, that's a great comp.
I mean, it just cracks me up, man.
It's a great comp. Hey, look at this. Wow. The Cardinals placed Kyler Murray on IR.
No one saw it coming, except Andy. You said that this was going to happen for sure yesterday's show.
Yeah, the vibes are they're ridiculous. And we could dig into it. We don't need to. If you go and watch the practices last week, like the film, like Kyler looks fine.
Yeah.
He looked like a guy preparing to start against Dallas.
I will say, sure, but I'm in agreement. I think this we're getting this is a benching, but even if he's looking like he's good at practice, if the news that they're reporting is true that he could go out there and make it worse, then you could still look good at practice and have
It took
to be
him.
protected.
I think that is actually true. I do believe.
But also he got benched.
Well, right. They're both
It's
true.
convenient for the team right now.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's the
just-
right way to do
Yes.
it. They found a fourth doctor that finally
Yes.
said
Yes.
this could become worse.
No, I mean Jonathan Gannon went on local news and he literally, he equivocated it. They're like,
it was Dr. Schmannon.
yeah, they're like, did this come from injury? Did this come from play? And he says both.
Yeah.
So we know the story. We know what it is. The Cardinals are a better team with Jacoby Brissett right now. Kyler has regressed tremendously, and he might not play another down for the Cardinals.
He
That's
might
the
not.
genuine truth.
And I think they've approached this the right way. They're still allowing the foot to be the issue, giving them room to bring Kyler off
Yes.
of IR healthy. Because let's be honest,
Yeah,
Jacoby
Jacoby's-
Brissett could go out there this next month and be like, oh yeah, that's why he's a career backup. He has looked great for these 3 games. So I think everything along the way here is the right call for the Cardinals, which I never, ever have said before.
Scans on Puka Nakua's ribs looked good, was limited on Wednesday. Sean McVay is optimistic. Brian Thomas Jr. didn't practice with the low-grade high ankle sprain. C.J. Stroud ruled out already. Nick Chubb didn't practice. That's a foot injury. That's something to monitor with Woody Marks being viable. Cooper Kupp didn't practice, still dealing with the hamstring and the heel, and they've added Rashid Shaheed, and Torrey Horton is playing well.
Shaheed allows them to let Cooper Kupp really take his time.
Rico Dowdle didn't practice on Wednesday. It's listed as a quad, not a groin.
Well, he's got no groins left. We saw that in the game.
So he
the,
can't be
the Unsullied is
He
is
wasn't
fine.
grabbing his quad.
he wasn't. It wasn't.
No.
Okay.
No, unless you're like,
Unless his quad wraps deep around that leg.
He did he injure the
he's got
groin on the
huge quads.
on the 2 pump?
Oh, that's a good question.
'Cause,
We did not bring that up. That there's NFL, there's rules.
Yeah, he did not.
There's rules that have been established.
He did not break them.
Maybe you didn't establish them. It doesn't matter. We all know what the rule is, and we subscribe to it. 3 pumps is a penalty flag.
Yeah, he,
I love that pop culture has gone into the NFL where I mean genuinely it's made its rounds everywhere.
That sketch is so good.
It's really funny. But I don't know if you saw Dave Canales was asked about this, and he was saying he was literally asked the question.
Please tell me he said it's supposed to be 3.
Yes, so asked the question like, I thought it was 3 pumps. Should he have been flagged for 2 pumps? And Canales' answer was so endearing and wonderful because he was a head coach first, talking about, we know the rules.
Yeah.
But then he did throw the pop culture, Keenan, he gave a shout out and he's like, I got to give him a call and double check the rules with him.
Yeah.
I mean, just a wonderful answer.
All right, Michael Pittman did not practice. This one's a glute.
What's so funny for there now?
Nothing, man.
Okay.
DeAndre Swift returned to a limited practice, says he plans on playing Sunday. How does it make you feel about Monangai?
Monangai, I think, is playable. Yeah, Monangai. I think that he's playable. He continues to, have success on his opportunities. It sounds like the DeAndre Swift being inactive last week was the team saying, dude, we gotta help you long term because your groin injury is not healing on its own. You need the rest. And so even if Swift plays, I think Monangai will still see enough opportunity that he's playable.
I agree. He is an okay play. The Giants are a great matchup. But if Swift is gone, he goes from an okay play to an absolute must start.
DJ Moore, Rome Odunze not practicing on Wednesday. James Cook, Aaron Jones, Garrett Wilson was limited.
I'll take a limited from Garrett.
A lot of these are going to get updated when we go through matchups today. Ramondre and Booty didn't practice, and Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin. The vibes on Bucky, man.
Oh, man.
He's still coming along, said Bowles. Bowles?
Oh, man.
So get body, Todd.
That's a rough Burgundy moment right there.
I'm sure he's been thrown that
Bowles?
Bowles. Goodness. Todd Bowles.
Well, we're talking
They're playing
about
too good of football right now to give him that kind of shade.
Too many glutes we're talking about. Todd Bowles. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, he said everybody's running, but he also said he hasn't taken any contact with the shoulder yet.
We're a ways away.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's playing this week. They gambled with the IR and lost, and it certainly seems like weird bad vibes with Bucky Irving right now.
All right, that was News and Notes, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Stock starts.
Starts of the week, presented by Tostitos.
Starts of the week. Here we are, gentlemen. I'm going with Herbie. I'm going with Justin Herbert.
Herbie the Burby.
Against Pittsburgh. He's
love it.
In the midst of a nice run here, a top 5 quarterback in each of the last 3 weeks. He's running the football more than anybody in the NFL right now, leading in rushing yardage, which is wild. The Steelers, that defense, you can beat them. They're allowing the most passing yards per game in the NFL. I'm going Justin Herbert.
I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield.
Oh, my.
I know he got off to such a
my.
hot start that
Laser?
it was an laser Mayfield somewhere here. Laser. He looked bad his last 2 games before the bye. He really did. He kept overthrowing Ibuka, and I just believe that Baker has been too good for several years now. He's in a great system, and he looked banged up. Ibuka looked banged up. So now coming off of their bye, Baker was a full participant in Wednesday's practice. This matchup also seems like a get-right game at home, 48.5-point over-under. And New England's pass defense, that's the weakest part of their defense, 25th in yards per pass attempt allowed, 27th in schedule-adjusted fantasy points. So I'm putting Baker back in my lineup despite a couple of bad games. That's a little bit of a theme for me here.
And I'm going with Matty Stafford on the road against the San Francisco 49ers. He has been awesome, a top 8 fantasy quarterback in 4 of his last 5 games, even though he feels he's played like this before, and then he's really let us down for fantasy. But this year, it seems different. And on top of that, the 49ers, since they lost Nick Bosa, they have the second lowest pressure rate in the NFL. So Matt Stafford should have a clean pocket, and the 49ers are 27th in schedule-adjusted fantasy points to the quarterback over the last 5 weeks. I would stick with Stafford.
Running back start of the week, I don't care about Swift coming back. It's Kyle Monangai against the Giants. 5.3 a carry on the year, 6.1 a carry over the last 3 weeks. He had a great game 2 weeks ago with DeAndre Swift on the field. When you get the ball 30 times and deliver the performance that you get, you are moving upwards in opportunities regardless of Swift being out there. If Swift is back and the team made the decision to keep him off the field last week, they have the luxury now to limit his workload. I think it's going to be great again this week. And the Giants' rush defense, not good. Dead last in yards per carry. Monangai is making the most of his work. It's going to be a great week.
He looks like what everyone wanted Bill to be. Like, Kyle Monangai is a 7th-round pick.
He is ferocious.
And he looks like he got underdrafted.
He runs like his tail's on fire.
Yeah, 6.8 last week yards per carry. I know it was the Bengals.
Yeah,
but he's still.
But it's still
no, but he runs like
everyone,
somebody that's got a football flag on the back. That like he doesn't even want you to touch him. He is just afraid, and I love it.
My start of the week this week is a guy I benched last week, unfortunately. David Montgomery going to Washington to play the Commanders.
Oh, Monangai light.
Yeah, Monangai plus. Come on. The Lions have an implied point total of 28.5 points. That's the second highest on the week. Touchdowns will be scored, and Monty is still the Lions' preferred option inside the 5. He has 10 carries to Gibbs's 6. Washington's rush defense is pretty soft, 26th in yards after contact allowed, 26 in schedule-adjusted fantasy points allowed to running backs over the last 6 weeks. And this is also I don't know if you guys have seen all of the unbelievable issues that Gibbs had this last week on pass protection.
I did not.
Oh, Jahmyr Gibbs was I mean, you could make an argument. I'm not it would be a fair argument to say maybe the Lions lost that game because of Jahmyr Gibbs, who had a terrible game, but maybe getting Montgomery the ball after a little bit of film study, just a little bit more, or getting him on the field a little bit more, spelling them.
I love Detroit after a loss.
Yeah.
Period. I love that.
So I'm starting Monty this week.
And I'm going at the running back start of the week is Jaylen Warren, he's taking on the Los Angeles Chargers along with his Pittsburgh Steelers. He's running back 22. He's averaging 18 opportunities per game. His workhorse percentage is actually at 34%. So he is in terms of combination of targets plus attempts. Like he's putting up truly elite numbers. Now the fantasy numbers haven't totally followed, but you had a huge week last week just on the back of touchdowns, which are an option. And the Chargers are a run funnel. 27th at yards per carry allowed, 29th in explosive rush rate allowed, 28th in schedule-adjusted fantasy points to the running back over the last 5 weeks. Warren is in a very good spot.
Well, Jason, I didn't know you were going Baker Mayfield as your quarterback.
Are we going to stack attack?
Start, but we're going to go with it. My wide receiver start of the week.
Emeka Egbegboo.
It's Ibuka. He's got a nice little break here to get healthy. Todd Bowles said that Emeka Ibuka looks good and was at full speed today. His normal self had been dealing with the hamstring injury. I do think that impacted that connection where you saw the catch rate went way down. The devil's in the details there. He tried to play through the injury. Now he got a couple of weeks off. And you talked about the offense being slow before the bye. It's a good opportunity here. Target share's been great. The Patriots matchup, you mentioned it. It's just really an echo. And the number one target here, Emeka Ibuka, it's going to be good.
Yeah, just like my Baker Mayfield start where it was like you've had a couple bad games, you want to bench him. That's what people are feeling about Rome Odunze against the last month since the bye. He's been 5.8 fantasy points per game. 3 out of 4 weeks he's really crushed you. And so I think a lot of people who have him are like, I've got to put him on my bench. I've got to put him in timeout. You're in trouble, big guy. But this is the matchup to get back on track.
How you talk to your players?
Yeah.
That'll teach him.
That'll teach him. Look, the Giants play man-to-man defense at the highest rate in the NFL, 40.6%. That's Rome's trump card coming out of college, one-on-one opportunities. New York is 24th in schedule-adjusted fantasy points allowed to wide receivers. And if there's anything that we saw last week is that when Daddy comes out and complains about star wide receiver not getting the ball enough in a public display, what happened with Marvin Harrison, Daddy Odunze was pissed, and he went on a public tirade.
You think Daddy Odunze has the same pull as a Hall of Famer?
Not quite.
Okay.
But I do think maybe they look at what, Marv Sr. did and go, okay, maybe that'll be helpful.
Look,
so I would start Odunze. He's still the number one wide receiver for this team. And
He had a wide open touchdown last week. They just missed on
Yeah.
him. I mean, it'll be all right.
All right, my wide receiver start of the week.
Oh, boy.
I
You're
like
going to need him.
I like the Giants, but we haven't been to the blacksmith in a while.
Steel underpants.
I'm going Darius Slayton in that
like it.
matchup that Jason just talked about against Chicago. He has just missed on a few touchdowns on the last couple of weeks. I think this is the week that we finally stop just missing. We get it done. The Bears' pass defense, not the greatest. Dead last in highest yards per play, allowed 31st in schedule-adjusted points to the wide receiver position over the last 5 weeks. I said I like the Giants. I like Dart. I like Wandale, but I'm calling out Slayton of he's out there for people, and if you're hurting, I think that you could get a spike week from him.
I want to give a shout-out here. My confidence play at tight end. It's been impressive. Sam Laporta against
Oh.
Washington. A top 5 tight end in 3 of the last 4 games. I'm staying in the flames here. 20% target share. Commanders secondary, it's troubled. Yes, I'd like to see Detroit get the running game going again, but it's been working with Laporta. And if they can't get Gibbs going and Monty going, as Jason had picked, I do think that they're going to continue to lean on Sam Laporta. The Commanders 27th in schedule adjusted against tight ends. It's a good week to stay with him.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I'm going with someone who's been on fire, the new hotness. And
Last week's leading receiver for the team.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you something that I don't want to admit about his name. Every time I want to say Rondé Gadsden, every single time I want to say Ariana Grande.
Okay.
I can't get it out of my head.
Okay.
It's a real problem.
Okay.
My head does weird things. man.
Rondé, Gadsden, Ariana Grande.
Yes, it's every time. Anyways, Ariana Grande.
Ariana Gadsden.
Oh, yes, Ariana Gadsden.
Ariana Gadsden.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Playing against Pittsburgh this week. The Steelers are 30th in schedule-adjusted fantasy points allowed to tight ends. They are not good. Over the last month, Gadsden's been on fire. He leads all tight ends in total fantasy points scored, in receptions, in receiving yards. In fact, his 377 receiving yards over the last month is the most ever for any rookie tight end over a 4-game stretch. So you keep him in there. And I will say this. There are a lot of teams, like I've got teams where I had Brock Bowers, and I picked up Gadsden, and I've been playing him. Gadsden's in my flex. You know what I mean? Like I'm playing both. Gadsden is not just a good tight end play. He's just a good play.
His catch percentage, too. Like the reliability.
I mean, we saw it so quick. The
in the last
eye test.
2 weeks, he is 5 catches on 5 targets both weeks, and then 7 of 8, 7 of 9. I mean, it's been valuable. He's in must-start category.
All right, I'm giving a big bonjour to Kyle Pitts
Oh, heading to Berlin?
because he is playing overseas, and he is my start of the week. We got a 48.5 point over-under. We like that. And shocking stuff here, guys. Kyle Pitts has the 3rd most receptions of all tight ends this year.
That is genuinely shocking.
I know. His yards per catch, it's not what like Tyler Warren's is, but he's being used to – he's averaging 5 receptions and 48 yards a game. That's a solid floor. You combine that with the Colts ranking 30th in schedule-adjusted points to the position over the last 5 weeks, and I think that Kyle Pitts, not only does he have a floor, I think maybe he has a second floor. I'm not going to call it a ceiling.
But it's a 2-story house.
Yeah, it might be like a duplex.
He's been living in a sunk living room. He may go up to the regular
Right.
level.
Maybe a loft. Like he's just got a little loft.
Okay.
Vaulted ceilings. We're not going to the roof. But, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, no.
And on top of that, the schedule over the next 2 months for
pretty
Kyle
nice.
Pitts, it's all green. It's all at least average or above average matchups for him, and I think you should play him this week.
Well, they don't have another wide receiver than Drake London, so Kyle Pitts is more important than they've had him be in the past. That was Starts of the Week presented by Tostitos. Tostitos is the proud chip and dip sponsor of the NFL again this season, sold nationwide, online or at your local grocery store. Visit Tostitos.com for more information. We'll take a break and we'll get into the forecast. Let's get into it.
Fantasy Forecast, presented by Prize Picks.
Well, the Browns, Buccaneers, Eagles, and Jets come back from the bye. We lose the Bengals and Joe Flacco. The Chiefs, Cowboys, and Titans. It's probably good for Joe to get a week off with that shoulder.
It is. It's not great for the teams that have CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase.
No, it's
That's just me.
Yeah, that's
my
you.
team.
Yeah, you have I know one of your leagues is.
It's ridiculous, man. Who planned that? We're putting two superstars on bye in the same
I think
week.
you'll be okay. I think your team's going to make it. I'd rather. Are you of the opinion that you'd rather just get it out of the way versus this trickle and one at a time situation for your bye weeks?
Interesting. I don't mind it because the rest of my team's so good.
Yes, that's why I don't
if my
feel
whole
bad
team was
for you.
them, then I would be very upset about it.
Hey, let's wake up early again. Berlin game. Atlanta.
Not as early though.
No, thank you.
Not for us.
Thank you, time zones. Atlanta at 3-5. Indianapolis 7-2. Indy coming off the disappointing loss to Pittsburgh. Atlanta. Well, Jason, you couldn't figure out whether they had won or not, right? Against.
That's right. And
have you figured that out yet? You don't know, do you?
I think they lost.
You don't know, do you?
I don't know.
No, the Atlanta Falcons are 3-5. They take on the Colts. It's been such a weird year for Atlanta. They've lost 3 in a row. 3 in a row after the Buffalo and Washington wins that were great. 2 of the 3 have been on the road. They're on the road again. So are the Colts, and the Colts are 6.5-point international favorites here. Over under is 48.5. Okay.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Domestic games, for what it's worth, averaging 47 points per game. International games, 39 points per game.
I knew it. I knew they've been.
They don't put good teams. I mean, it's just I don't care about this. There's not been enough international games. I don't care. This one will be great. This one's going to beat 39.4 points. It is. It's going to be a fun one. Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor and company, they got to get it going again after last week. The turnovers, Tyler Warren. I think the big question marks on the Indianapolis side is just how the wide receiver room is going to look at for the game, because Michael Pittman didn't practice. Josh Downs had a nice week, and Alec Pierce has been awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so do you feel like is Michael Pittman's availability changing how you play Downs?
If Michael Pittman is gone, I'm going to play Downs. With Michael Pittman there, I probably will not play Downs in this international matchup against the Falcons, who have been basically top 10 against wide receivers. I feel like if Downs doesn't get a touchdown, I'm not sure if he's getting enough deep shots like Alec Pierce. I would rather start over Josh Downs simply because he's going down the field. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor off the bad game, it's irrelevant. He's going to be started no matter what.
You know what yardage Alec Pearson's coming back from the concussion he would be on pace for? So 4 games since his concussion.
I feel like he's averaging something like 78, but I have no idea.
It'd be 82.5, so that would be 1,400 yards on the season. He has somehow not scored, but yet been pretty relevant for fantasy. So if you catch that the touchdown pass, you're going to be even happier. Mike, do you feel the same about that situation?
Yeah, I think he's playable. The Atlanta defense might match up okay with Pierce's role and his skill set. So you can't sit Pierce down after what he's doing, but if he has a average to below average game, I wouldn't be surprised.
Darnell Mooney on the other side hasn't shown up since training camp, so we haven't had him. Drake London's been the dominator. I shared the video of all of Drake London's plays from last week, and I loved the person that replied and was like, oh, yeah, once the number 1 DB went down for New England, he started taking off. I'm like, did you watch this? One-handed catches, high-pointing the ball, 3 touchdowns, 9 for 118.
Also, did you watch how the number 1 cornerback went down? Drake London mossed him and fell right on top of him and said, "Squish."
We had a good time talking about it.
I mean
the injury must have sucked.
He's like, he's questionable to return
due to being squished.
Yeah, no,
he was put in. I can't believe they didn't have to peel him out of the ground.
Like a Looney Tune.
Yes, like a Looney Tune. Just we're gonna have to bring some dirt, fill in that hole.
Yes, yeah, it's like Drake London looks great.
Yeah, Drake London
he fell from very high in the air.
Totally safe.
He was nice soft landing.
Thank you for breaking my fall, Christian.
Kyle Pitts was your start of the week. Bijan, you play him.
So bad.
No,
not for London.
Oh yeah,
it's like a pillar.
Michael Penix, we talked about him as maybe an emergency spot start situation here. The Colts defense, they're going to have Sauce Gardner for the first time. He's starting. He's through the concussion protocol.
Is that? I mean, you're going to play Drake London no matter what.
No, but
does it adjust your?
It adjusts my look. They got one wide receiver, and now they got one elite cornerback who's not given up a lot of receptions this year.
Yeah,
my Kyle Pitts.
I'm not going to stop playing Drake London, obviously, but it does make me a little bit more hesitant, thinking that maybe the ceiling isn't 9 for 118 and 3.
Yeah, I mean Drake, if you're you got a long flight, if you're tuning in on the flight over there, I recommend the Squished. So it worked last week.
Go with that again and knock out the number 1 DB.
Yeah. Turn him into sauce.
Oh, my goodness.
See, because it's his name.
Oh,
No. You don't need to explain it. We're good. We're up. We got it.
Put him in the lawn. See, he's a gardener.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
I can't say it. I really wanted to say it. It wasn't worth it.
The New York
go to the
Giants
next
are 2-7. Yes, let's. The Bears 5-3. Games in Chicago. Vegas line Chicago -4.5 at home. The over/under is 48.5. Okay, I'm excited for this game.
This game.
It's going to be fun. I love watching Jackson Dart play. I love seeing the evolution of the Chicago Bears. Monangai was just a highlight reel last week. Caleb and Colston Loveland, like these teams are they're kind of similar in some ways, where there's a lot of young talent.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Dart's lost a few of those pieces alongside him, but he's making the most with what he's got. I mean, I think he's the number 3 fantasy quarterback since he started as, a dual threat in New York. Caleb balled out, catching touchdown passes to boot. Both quarterbacks seem fine to play this week.
There's a lot of juicy plays in this matchup.
I love this game. I think this could be one of the most entertaining games. My only fear in this game, and we just need to monitor it, it might be snowing and it might be windy. The snow is fine. You could
Snowing?
like some light flurries. But yeah, the 17-mile-an-hour winds being reported right now could be a little bit concerning. I mean, not as much for you've got Jackson Dart and Caleb who can run the ball, so that is nice scramble ability. I really want this to be fun and exciting. You know what I mean? I don't want the weather to impact it negatively.
Okay. Well,
yeah. Oh man,
we've got.
I didn't know it was going to be so windy.
That's
a bummer.
We got some time. DeAndre Swift, if he plays, how confident are you? Like if you had both guys, because I think a lot of people will have Swift and Monangai.
I'd play Swift.
You would play Swift?
I would.
Yeah, if I had both, I would play Swift.
Adunze, your start of the week, Jason. DJ Moore not practicing right now. If for some reason we didn't have DJ Moore back out there, we didn't have Luther Burden out there, how you feeling about both Zacchaeus and Loveland? Zacchaeus is an emergency start, and Loveland is just a have we arrived?
Loveland, so before Cole Kmet went down to concussion, he really had not done very much. His target share wasn't great. As soon as Cole Kmet went down and he became the guy, it was great. So if Kmet, who was a limited participant on Wednesday with a concussion, which feels like he is at least progressing in the protocol, we'll have to monitor that. But if Kmet was out, I think Loveland is really good. And with DJ Moore and Burden banged up, you could end up with a game where it's like, oh, it's Odunze and Loveland, which would be great.
The irony is 2 of our top 3 start-sit questions right now involve Jackson Dart and Caleb Williams, and another starter who people seem to want to make a decision on for tonight. Jackson Dart or Bo Nix, Caleb Williams or Bo Nix. 2 of the top 3 questions.
Man.
I
think Nix is at the bottom of the list for me.
Nix is at the top for me.
Well, wait. Oh, the Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's a good question between all 3 of those guys.
A lot of people have been trying to pivot from Nix this week, from what I've noticed.
No, I
Mike's had
spoke
Nix,
at a turn. I like Bo Nix a lot this week. I like Dart and Caleb this week, so I got a little too excited for that.
Yeah, I mean
with Surtain being out, there's more hope, I think, for a bit of a shootout with Bowers being healthy tonight. I think all 3 are great starts, and I think if you have a strong conviction, you're not wrong to go with any one of them.
Yeah, play who you want to play, who you believe in. The reasons that I would choose Nix would be fear of potential weather that I can't know yet when I have to make
Yeah.
a start tonight, along with the fact that I get to start him tonight and get a little head start on how did my week, did I have a big, awesome performance and now I can play the safer guy, or did I, not, did Bo Nix go out there and score 13 points and now I got to swing for the fences type?
Don't want to talk about it. Have to talk about it. Tyrone Tracy, Devin Singletary split going up against the Bears defense that is 26th and schedule adjusted against running backs. I'm not impressed with nor desire to play either player. And yet somebody will probably have some productivity of some sort.
It's worth noting that
Mike disagrees.
It's worth noting that Singletary got more work than Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy was the pickup. Scadaboo's gone for the season, and it might have been Devin Singletary who we should have picked up. If he remains the starter going forward, and he didn't look bad. He rushed for 5.4 yards a carry.
Did he start, or did he? I think he just ended up with more work.
He just ended up with more work, as my memory says. But if he's the better player and getting more work, maybe he does start this week.
That's what if I had to choose between the two of them, I'd still go with Tracy. But it's a full timeshare, and Jackson Dart is almost the running back.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. Buffalo 6-2. They go to Miami to take on the 2-7 Dolphins. Buffalo 9.5-point road favorites, over under 50.5.
All right.
50.
That's a 30-20 implied point total. Buffalo has whooped up on Miami 8 consecutive times. Going to be 9.
Yeah.
It's hard not to see it being 9. Josh Allen in particular, just 14-2 against the Dolphins in his career. 43 passing touchdowns. Buffalo beat him in week 3 at home by 10. Right now the Dolphins, I don't know what they really are. I know I like playing Devon Achane. He feels very safe, maybe the safest running back in fantasy. Ever since Tyreek's gone down, his target share is always guaranteed. And then Jalen Waddle,
he's been great. He is.
They didn't trade him.
No, I mean those two guys, Achane and Waddle, are, I believe, both great plays this week. You've got a high over/under. You've got a lot of implied points. You have needs for both of those players. That's it.
Would you put on some adamantium underpants for Greg Dulcich?
I wouldn't simply because he is worth looking at. His routes run, his targets from last week, but this matchup is terrible. Buffalo shuts down the tight ends, so no.
Maybe for the future?
Yeah. I would keep an eye on him.
Because Darren Waller came right in and had an impact, so maybe Dulcich would do the same.
5 targets.
And that's off of Jonnu Smith last year. I do think that the targets for this role, for this team, for Tua and the tight end, great. But he's definitely in the streaming category. And so you play the matchup, and it's not the right matchup.
2 active games. So the first week, only 28% of the snaps, no targets. 36% of the snaps, 5 targets in that time, though. So, yeah, I wouldn't play him because of the matchup, but you could keep an eye out. We'll probably be talking about him on Tuesday.
We do not have an update that I can find
on James Cook.
I don't want to speculate too much, but I will say this. I think adding Ty Johnson and Ray Davis would be very wise.
Yeah, it's that time of year. You should always be.
I have some concerns about James Cook being out there this week. I'm not sure it's going to happen. I think this is an ankle sprain situation, but we don't have an update on Thursday. I was really hoping by now, and maybe by the end of this show, we'll be able to give you an update. He didn't practice, is the headline there. He didn't practice yesterday. Where are you at with this, Jason?
I'm a little scared by the way you're talking. You need to be prepared if you are the James Cook manager to pick up whoever you believe is the guy.
Which we had
a little bit of debate in the office. I still like Ray Smith.
Ray Smith?
I wouldn't like Ray Smith.
What? Why am I blanking?
Ray Davis.
Ray Davis.
You're thinking about the
Megalobowl
commish?
Thinking about Todd Bowles?
Yes. Shout out to the Megalobowl commish, who I was just slacking with. Ray Davis.
That might be why you called him
that might be why that name was in my head. But this is one of those situations where Ray Davis has had a smaller portion of the pie, where he's the third string running back essentially in the three-way timeshare there. And the question is, if James Cook goes down, does Ty just keep his role and Davis usurps him, or is the number 2 running back, Ty, and not Ray Davis. So
I mean, both would play. I like the passing game work there, so that's why I lean the Ty side. You like? I mean,
I like the
Davis
touchdown opportunities. I think if they got
Yeah.
around the goal line, it would be Davis.
You're probably right. But I would be a little bit nervous about James Cook this week. Make sure you have a backup plan, which is important. He's been so good, and they have big goals, right? Buffalo is not in the short term.
Right.
I hope I can beat Miami this week goal. It's the big picture, and I don't know. Maybe we'll find out he's practicing in full, and all of this will be just garbage.
Okay. Question: Keon Coleman or Ricky Pearsall?
Going forward?
Yeah, no, just this week. Ricky Pearsall not playing.
Or Keon Coleman.
Keon
so
Coleman.
This is your start-sit question.
Yeah, it's one of the most popular start-sit questions
No,
on
it's
our web.
not.
No, of course it's not. Ricky Pearsall's not playing football. But that's the level where it's like Keon Coleman
We don't need to talk
or
about
Jamari Thrash.
Talking about Keon Coleman anymore is a disservice to our show.
Yeah, he's getting double touchdowns
What
in this game.
What a trick. 8 for 112.
I traded for him this year.
Yeah, because of week 1, man.
His
Week
highest
1.
yardage total since week 1. He had 112 yards. Here's his yardage since then. 26, 20, 45, 23, 11, 30, and 17.
He was cold-blooded, man. He Lizard Kinged us.
He has 172 yards from week 2 on.
Yeah. So no, that's called irrelevance, and that's why I'm not going to bring him up again.
Yeah.
Khalil
All right.
Shakir, you'll get targets. If I was playing Shakir in this game or Alec Pierce, I would go Pierce.
I'd go Pierce.
I agree. I think those hips are lying.
Yeah, there you go. Dalton Kincaid, though.
He's their number 1 wide receiver, or he's their number 1 pass
He's
catcher.
their number 1 part-time player.
If
Right.
you had, I mean, he went right back to, because he played 35% of snaps and still ended up as the tight end 3 with 100 yards.
His highest snap share on the year is 55%.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah. That's okay.
It,
If you score all the time.
yeah, it's just that's a house of cards.
Well, if James
Not
Cook is
necessarily.
hurt, then it's even better.
For tight
For
ends,
Kincaid.
if you're not the run blocking tight end and you're wanting to be using in routes, I'd be more interested to see what his route participation is.
it's just, man.
Yeah, I do think if they're more limited and they have to throw the ball more, Kincaid, maybe you see him out there but a little bit more often. But that doesn't make you comfortable, does it? In terms of just the snaps counts.
I mean, I have accepted it in terms of like ranking Dalton Kincaid high and just being like, yeah, I would play him if I got him.
Right.
But it feels like a light breeze is going to come knock over your house.
I will say that a lot of the reason, Josh Allen, second year in a row, he's the leading MVP candidate without a top 30 wide receiver. Part of the ability to do that is how good the running game has been. So if James Cook is gone and you don't have a guy that can go out there and rush for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns and just completely take over the game on the ground, that might require a little bit more from Shakir or Coleman or Kincaid.
We'll take a break. We'll talk Ravens-Vikings.
From Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and the executive producers of Power comes the final season of Force. Tommy Egan is back, and he's going all in. Turf wars, betrayal, and chaos erupt. Will he finally become the kingpin of Chicago? Don't miss the explosive season premiere on November 7th, only on Starz and the Starz app.
All right. We are in the heart of the fantasy season, and the injuries are already piling up. ACLs, stingers, and turf toes, oh my. In fact, the only thing right now that feels good is having the perfect backup ready to go. So wouldn't it be great if you had a perfect backup in real life too? With Progressive, you get more than just a policy. You get a playbook full of coverage options that you can count on for your home or for your auto. You want to customize your protection? No problem. You can build your coverage just like your fantasy team, making sure you got the right players in every position and a backup plan when you need it most. And when life throws an audible, like that fumble in the driveway or a hailstorm at home, Progressive is there with 24/7 support. Don't get caught without a great backup. Visit Progressive.com to quote today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party issuers. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to term, policy, limits, and conditions.
Baltimore's 3-5. They go to Minnesota, who is 4-4, coming off a big win against Detroit, and yet Baltimore 4.5-point road favorites. This was one of the ones that stood out. Over-unders 49.5. I mean, that is a pretty definitive line going on the road for a 3-5 team. It shows a true belief in the Ravens' resurgent defense and Lamar Jackson's return, and a true disbelief in J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings offense being able to do enough to really keep up in this game. It was the Vikings defense that really kept McCarthy in it last week. What was it, 143 yards and 2 touchdowns? I mean, his 2 victories, he hasn't gone over 200 yards. That's not going to make Mike's team happy with Justin Jefferson rest of the season. We need to see, hopefully, the progression from JJ.
But last week was encouraging in terms of McCarthy's play. I mean, what, it's 4 starts or wherever we are for him. That was the best we've seen him play.
No, not 4.
3?
I mean,
this will be his 4th.
This will be his 4th.
So, I mean, it's not the numbers you need for elite fantasy performance, but to actually see some positive momentum and a better game, I'm hopeful. I think that the Ravens are going to dominate this game, though.
So you're fully in on the line and the
yes.
So not impressed though that Minnesota was able to beat Detroit last week.
No, I think
Detroit beat themselves a little bit.
Yeah, I think things are changing here for Baltimore.
So then, if you think Baltimore's going to dominate the game, Addison, where does he slot in? He had been very good. I think last week was a Sadison week.
It was
kind of 2 in a row.
He just he's 2 for 48. He just missed on a touchdown that actually then the drive it turned into a Jefferson touchdown. So it's not impossible.
Pierce or Addison?
Pierce.
I'd be on the
I'll
Pierce
take the
side as well. But
Parker Washington or Addison?
So that's a good example of what do you need, because I think if you need
Points.
a high floor, if you're an underdog, I would go Addison. I don't think Parker Washington has the chance to go out and score touchdowns at the same rate. And that's really when you get those big bada boom games, a big long touchdown. That's Addison. But Parker Washington will have more guaranteed targets. So if you just need a floor play that's going to be like, I have to get 8 points, I can't get a goose. Parker Washington, I would be shocked in this current version of the Jaguars if he doesn't get 7-8 targets. Addison could go out and get 4 targets, or he could dominate. So just a wider range of outcomes.
You play Lamar, you play Henry. Zay Flowers every year is the exact same thing.
Yeah, we know what he is.
There's a reason that I traded him away, even though he had a number 1 overall finish in week 1, and it's that when they need him to be really good, or he can be, but we're talking about a pretty long run now. I know that he just got Lamar back, but he hasn't finished inside the top 27 wide receivers since week 1.
It's just safe floor, like 9 points. Last week, 10.6 the right before that. He'll be right around there. He'll have before the end of the year. He will have 2 more spike weeks, I would project, but that's probably it. And then but 8 to 10 points that's nice to have there.
Jason, you've been the magic man when it comes to the moments to sign and start Mark Andrews, and then you cut him and released him for a while, and then you picked him up again and played him at the perfect moment. He has 2 games in which he scored this year. You played him in both of them.
Both were with Lamar Jackson. The 4 games without Lamar Jackson were, just absolute poopy diaper duty.
That's been his keyword this week. I knew I was getting another diaper gravy comment.
I didn't go gravy, though. I didn't go diaper gravy.
What did you go?
Diaper duty.
Yeah. Okay, much different.
Very different. You got to change things up. I think Mark Andrews is a fine play. The matchup, the Vikings are 26th against tight ends, but he is kind of a touchdown or bust guy. So Lamar looks for him around the red zone. The matchup is fine. Yeah, I would say
play him over Hawkinson in the same game.
Oh yeah, Hawkinson is almost unplayable. He had a touchdown last week and was the tight end 18.
Would you go Dallas Goedert against Green Bay or Mark Andrews?
I think you'd have to go Dallas Goedert.
All right.
What about the running back situation for Minnesota? The last piece of the puzzle here. Aaron Jones didn't practice on Wednesday. They could be managing the veteran. Jordan Mason, he hasn't been good, man.
Yeah, it has not. It's been very disappointing. And if Jones plays, he'll get a lot of snaps. At least the way I'm projecting it, because Jordan Mason will not be negative game script running
Yeah,
back
they need more
forward.
versatility.
So if Jones plays, I'm happy to plug him in. If he's out, then I guess you can try and get away with Jordan Mason. You hope you get that touchdown, but it has not been what any of us has hoped for. It's not what the Vikings have hoped for in Mason.
Do you you remember how excited you were for that like Jackson Dart game with Caleb Williams?
Mm-hmm.
The Cleveland Browns at 2-6 take on the 1-7 New York Jets.
So
The Vegas line, Cleveland -1.5 with a nice over-under of 37.5 points.
well, because we don't know.
The competitive advantage.
We don't know who the quarterback is going to be. As soon as we
the
know.
Jets are just picking which quarterback will throw interceptions or be sacked. They're just deciding who they want Myles Garrett to sack. Now, Cleveland only 1.5-point favorites because they are inept in their own right. I know that Shedeur is practicing. Do you expect at this point to see him at all? Or do you think they will not give him an opportunity?
I think it's a long enough season where it's just a matter of, do the Browns win enough games to keep Dylan Gabriel on the field? And they probably don't, because Dylan Gabriel will be on the field. And so do they win this game? Yeah, probably, against the Jets, who just got rid of their defense.
Gotta love that. So Dylan Gabriel has started 4 games. They have lost 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the game that they won, he had 13 completed passes for 116 yards. So it's like they won, not because Dylan Gabriel didn't have to do anything. They just won.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. Their defense is good enough to win every week. I mean, occasionally he's going to get lucky and be able to do, throw the ball to Harold Fannin 3 times.
It'll start getting pretty loud in a couple weeks for Shedeur.
They basically go in and out of easy game, hard game. So like this week is the Jets easy game, then Baltimore, that they're going to get smoked. Then the Raiders, they could win that. Then San Francisco, they're going to lose. Then the Titans. So it's like if Gill and Gabriel and the
oh my God,
Gill and Gabriel.
Oh my goodness!
Wow,
too much coffee this morning.
too little
or too little. If Dylan Gabriel
Gillen
loses one of
the
easy games, then you expect 3 losses in a row, and I think it'll be really noisy for Shedeur.
Golly, who would say something like that? Have you guys seen that head coach for Tampa?
On the Cleveland, Quinshon Judkins, not on the injury report. He is in a very, very good situation. Like, it was already good, and then the Jets traded away 2 defensive players, so he's in.
It sucks that he does have the variability that he has right now. Like, I saw somebody, talking about, the Ginty and Judkins in a trade. And because of Dylan Gabriel and the offense in Cleveland, and the passing game work is so much better for Ginty, those are just not comparative to me. But I think in some circles, you're like, hey, trying to find the schedule and how good Judkins has been on the ground. Judkins has gone from, running back 48 to 4 to 45. The last 3 weeks. You can have these games where he's irrelevant because they're down by so many points.
Yeah, you put Judkins on the Baltimore Ravens, and he's just destroying for fantasy football.
Yeah,
every week.
I will say that when he was the running back 45, the last one you threw out there, he got injured in that game.
Yeah.
He only played 33% of the snaps, and the week prior, the game that you were talking about, Mike, that Dylan Gabriel won, where he only threw for 116 yards, it was because Judkins said, "This is my game. I'm going to score 3 touchdowns."
You like him more than Brees in this one?
Oh man, in this game, I like him more than Brees. I think if he's off the injury report, my only fear is the shoulder. This matchup against the Jets defense that has now been downgraded, I expect like 2 touchdowns in this game from Judkins.
It's convenient for the Jets. They lose their star cornerback, but they don't need one because they play Jerry Jeudy and Isaiah Bond. So see if they can cover Harold Fannin. I would still play Fannin, Judkins, Brees, and then if Garrett Wilson is active,
I'm playing him.
Yeah,
you are playing him.
Yep, I would
as well.
I wouldn't have massive expectations, but the volume.
No, I get that, but he's just his target share is outrageous.
Do you have a quarterback you're rooting for Garrett that you want it to be? Do you want it to be Justin Fields?
I think still Fields. Yeah,
I think Fields is going to get the start.
I do too.
New England 7-2. They take on the 6-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's see what Baker can do at home, off the bye, 2.5-point favorites. Over-under's 48.5. There's a lot to be looking forward to in this game. The Buccaneers defense is one of those defenses I'm targeting over the second half of the year. I wanted to throw that out there. Nice playoff matchups. They bring a lot of pressure. What has changed with Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers? We're seeing a lot of man coverage against them. We're seeing them having, they've had Godwin and Evans go down on the offensive side.
And Bucky.
So Baker Mayfield, Emeka Egbuka, both starts of the week this week. Drake May, keep playing him. It looks like Trayvon's going to get another chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the Buccaneers are a tough team to run against. Now, you can throw to the running back on them, and I hope that they do, because Travion Henderson is good at that. We might get an opportunity to see what happens around the goal line again. I would probably be starting Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
RJ Harvey versus Travion. I'd wait for
I'll
Travion.
play Henderson.
I would play Henderson.
Rashad White on the other side or Travion. That one's a little bit more interesting. Bucky Irving's not going to play. Rashad White has been the RB30. I probably play Travion.
I play Travion.
And
can we do this? Maybe the problem with Travion is us.
Okay.
Maybe
Probably.
we haven't united.
Yeah.
And the right moment.
I think this
like
is
a Triforce of power.
Like a Triforce of power.
This is not a great.
Thank you, Mike.
This is not a great perfect matchup, and there's a lot of questions. And
It
so I
needs a
think
Triforce.
We need a Triforce. We need to come together and say,
Okay.
we're all three playing Travion Henderson, and you should too.
Oh, hands in the middle.
Hands in the middle.
Hendo 1-3. 1-2-3. Hendo.
All right, now we got it taken care of.
All right.
Okay, but here's
Trade
the
for him in all dynasty leagues.
Josh McDaniels. I didn't want Papa Josh to think I was talking to him. You can't only run Henderson up the middle in this matchup and think that good things are going to happen.
Not against the Bucs.
Well, we just Triforced it. He's fine.
Okay.
We sent the message.
Let him get to the edge. Use speed.
I don't want to get you more excited than you already are after a Triforce of Travion power, Mike, but there's a chance Kyle Williams looks good this week. There's a chance. I mean, Kayshon Boutte probably not playing. Demario Douglas, we know what he is. Kyle Williams should get more routes and opportunities.
Please.
He is a dynasty darling for you.
Some opportunities, man.
He's a crazy dart throw. I mean, it could work because Drake May's deep ball. Oh man, it looks so good, and that's really where Kyle Williams would shine, is just using his speed. But I mean, on this team, I would start him third. I would start Diggs and then Douglas before I'd start Kyle Williams.
And I totally understand that.
And I honestly, I think I feel like I start Tez Johnson over, maybe not over Diggs, but he is right there. I think Tez Johnson.
I would start Tez over Kyle
I
Williams.
think Tez is pretty
definitely
sneaky.
over Kyle Williams.
Pretty
I was talking
sneaky
about
this
over
week.
like Diggs.
Oh.
I think Tez is a good play. This is a game that's going to have points scored, and like I said about Baker, the matchup is good for the passing game.
New Orleans is 1-8, and they take on the 5-4 Carolina Panthers. Nice matchup for Carolina to go to 6-4 potentially. 5.5-point home favorites. Over-under's 39.5. Not sure the over-under on number of pumps in this one. It is Rico's world, and we're just living in it. Now, look,
this is wild.
we have our fantasy face-off tomorrow. I wanted to do some Rico stuff. Like, I felt really good about Rico on the rushing attempts category, and I can't do it
because of the quad.
Because of the
I know, man.
Coin, the coin.
The groin.
Yeah.
The quad groin. The quad groin. So I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But it feels like the game plan here, should be to run the ball 8,000 times.
We did have the note. I don't know if we had fully said it, but it was so Rico didn't practice on Wednesday. Coach Canales said the team, they're just being smart with him. So that doesn't sound like a man who's too concerned.
Well, look, if he plays, you play Rico.
Oh,
Seattle.
absolutely.
For goodness
I mean,
sakes.
he should be a monster in this game. When you're favored by 5.5, you're at home. You're going to be presumably in the lead, and he's been one of the best running backs
awesome
in the National Football League.
Yes.
I mean, play Carolina's defense
Yeah.
against Tyler Shuck. You love the rookie matchup. Alvin Kamara has been irrelevant. You need to probably bench him. I heard you guys talking, man. I'm not playing a guy that can. 6 for 14.
Yeah, it was as bad. This last week was as bad as it gets, and honestly, the last month has been terrible.
Single digits in 6 of 7 games. You can do better. You can
Yeah.
take a shot on a lot of other players that have upside and potential.
Would you play someone like
Amari DiMarcado, I would play over Alvin Kamara.
how about Zach Charbonnet?
Yeah.
I
Touchdowns.
would play Kamara.
I mean,
I get it that when they get around the goal line, Seattle will have more touchdown opportunities, and when they do give it to Charbonnet.
Kamara's peak on the year is 13 points. It's over. It's over.
Feel that
Tyler
way.
Shuck doesn't help. I don't know. It sucks, but sometimes things suck and Shuck. Is there a world where Chuba Hubbard has relevance in this week?
Of course, only because of the injury though.
I posted on Twitter about Tet McMillan through 8
I loved your post.
8 weeks. It was I worded it something like Tet's on pace for about 1,000 yards, 3.8 touchdowns. You feel good? You feel bad? You feel meh? I think he passes the eye test.
And his utilization is it's true wide receiver 1 stuff. Like last week, 32% of the targets, 43% of the targets against Buffalo. But this is it's a small pie with sub-average quarterback play right now. So he is the man, but until the passing game really improves, it's just going to be kind of meh.
Do you think that he can get there with Bryce Young on this team in the future? Or do you think Bryce Young will be this forever thing holding him back?
I think he'll get there with Bryce Young. I mean, I've brought it up in the past, but Adam Thielen was a great veteran wide receiver who was better than rookie version of Tet McMillan. But Adam Thielen was great.
Yeah, but they didn't just briefly though, and they didn't have
a 7-game stretch.
They didn't have a running game the way that they do now. The offensive philosophy. I mean,
I
just feel like we keep saying that, and we don't see any volume.
Yeah, I totally get the concern, but a good strategy in fantasy football is just situations improve and bet on good players, and Tet is good.
You betting on Chris Olave?
I am. With Shaheed gone, the targets should that's part of the optimism for Kamara is Andy, did you bring up, you're like, because we talked about how Shaheed got super targeted, and you're like, I wonder if he was getting showcased.
Yeah, for the trade.
For a trade.
100%.
And then bang, there you go. He gets sent to Seattle. But the targets should be very consolidated to Olave, Juwan, and Kamara.
Yeah, I do worry a little. J.C. Horn is a very good cornerback that now that it's
One of
just
the best.
Olave, it's like I worry a little there.
I get that.
It makes me actually think Juwan Johnson is probably under thought about this week because the matchup for the Panthers, they haven't been good schedule adjusted against.
And they got to get Vele on the field here.
The thing that concerns me about Olave is that not all targets are created equal. We've seen that this year. He's had 4 games in which he's had 13, 14, 11, and 12 targets that he finished outside the top 30 at the position. So you do not have a guarantee of like this guy. Maybe he's got you a floor.
I'm making the decision right now in our league.
Yeah,
of
let me hear this.
Between Chris Olave and Darius Slayton.
Yeah, that's a complete. Those are perfect.
Wow.
Totally different players.
Totally different. One I know is going to get the volume, is the number one for his team, and the other is like you got.
I'd probably play Olave. If I
that's
was
where
you.
I am right
Yeah, I
now.
would
He's in my
probably do
lineup, but I see how it's Slayton. I want to get Slayton in my lineup, and I don't want to have
not catching
Olave
a
in there.
48-yard touchdown.
No, he's
He'll
not.
catch 4 8-yard regular passes. Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin not practicing on Thursday.
Man.
So that just continues the Abuka, Tez, Otten. We didn't talk about Otten. Probably should have mentioned him.
Oh,
briefly.
yeah. No,
That's my bad.
That's a whiff. Yeah, Cade Otton is definitely in play. And
No James Cook update, huh?
no, but we do have
an
update on them. Offensive coordinator from the Detroit Lions. We plan to get Isaac Tesla more involved in Week 10, which is good because his involvement has been 0.
Mike's enormous stack of Isaac Tisla rookie cards.
Bro, you don't even know.
Is just striving for this moment. That was Fantasy Forecast presented by Prize Picks. Join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. We've been playing it all the time. Use the code FOOTBALLERS and get $50 in lineups when you play $5. More matchups tomorrow, the fantasy face-off, the wheel of shame, and good luck in your games tonight. Make sure that if you are starting somebody, you put them in the positional slots, not in the flex slots. It's just a good reminder each and every week. And check out the Trade Analyzer for free through this weekend. TheFantasyFootballers.com for that. And let us know what you think. Share it with us on Twitter at the FFBallers.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter at the FFBallers.